First News with Keeler in the morning on WIBX and WIBX950.com.
Hey guys, time to get in on the action for the biggest moments in basketball with Prize Picks, America's #1 fantasy sports app. Just select 2 or more players, pick more or less on their projections, place your entry, and win up to 100 times your money. Right now, Prize Picks will match your first deposit of up to $100. Just download the Prize Picks app and use the code GET100. That's code GET100 on Prize Picks for a first deposit match of up to $100. Prize Picks. Pick more. Pick less. It's that easy.
Yes.
You know, and it was in that footprint that this took place. And I think if you keep that in comparison, you know, you can't, everybody's going to feel the way they feel or believe what they believe. They're all going to have an opinion.
I have an experience that is different than yours and probably different than yours. So mine was my wife and I decided we were going to go up. So she packed the blanket and we went up Saturday night and then we went back on Sunday afternoon and stayed right till the very end. We were on watching, it was the Red Hot Chili Peppers, right, that were performing. Mm-hmm. We were on the ground and having to get up because they were burning like fence partitions, pieces of plywood that were being dragged with nails past us. And it was chaotic. There's no doubt about it. And to be on the ground for that, you did feel, to be fair, you felt unsafe. Which did not stop me from videotaping. I videotaped the whole thing, but you did feel unsafe at that point, and it was like the acts, the bands poured gasoline on a fire, and oh, by the way, they passed out the candles to light the gasoline. Yeah. I mean, those were the organizers that did that.
Combination of events.
Yeah,
you know,
and that would be a good thing for a documentary. When you talk about how you felt, other people I've talked to never felt concerned or a fear.
Well, then they were bombed and high on drugs. There was something wrong with them, Joe.
Well, nobody was.
But I was on. We were on the grass watching the band with the people. It was.
Is that the only grass you had that day?
It was. You didn't have to bring any. It was
readily available.
Breathe the air in, and
but I mean, to delve into those aspects of the time period and the type of music and whether that had the climate that day was hot, you know, very hot.
The water was very
some of the
expensive.
So there were a lot of factors that may have entered into this, and that's something worthy of a documentary. Like what
I feel that if it weren't for the fires, I won't call them a riot for you. Call them the fires.
Whatever you want.
And if it wasn't for that, there'd be no documentary. I don't think there'd be a documentary on this.
I mean, because
it is a part of the history of Woodstock. Right. And 99, and without it, we wouldn't be talking about it.
You'd have things like, look back at 69, you had the drug overdoses, you had the heavy rain, the traffic snarls where the thruway was closed. So when you look at each of these, they have issues associated with it. And you're right, until the very end, this one actually, you weren't getting a lot of attention.
Yeah, I remember going in on Monday morning on the air. We broadcast on Friday from Woodstock. Monday morning, we were back in the studio. So in the studio, of course, we knew what happened because now can't wait to get on the air and talk about this, what went down. But on CNN at like 5:50, there was still a scroll that was going through that said, "Peace, love, and harmony in Rome, New York. The Woodstock goes off without a hitch." That was how the story was around the country until it finally broke at 6 when everybody got in and said, actually, there was a bad incident that occurred. I thought that was kind of a cool thing. Somewhere I have VHS tapes of that, but
you could have sold them.
Could have sold them, like Rick over here made some dough.
Hey guys, time to get in on the action for the biggest moments in basketball with Prize Picks, America's #1 fantasy sports app. Just select 2 or more players, pick more or less on their projections, place your entry, and win up to 100 times your money. Right now, Prize Picks will match your first deposit of up to $100. Just download the Prize Picks app and use the code GET100. That's code GET100 on Prize Picks for a first deposit match of up to $100. Prize Picks. Pick more. Pick less. It's that easy.